You know what hit me the other day? That the people who actually transform their bodies, who actually keep it, they don't do anything dramatic. Or we don't do anything dramatic. It's really the boring stuff. Like I said before, the boring routine gives you elite results. But but it's boring. That's just showing up, doing the work, go home and repeat. It's a simple cycle, and I believe that keeping it simple actually works. And as the saying go, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that's really the secret right there. And today I'm gonna explain to you exactly why it works, through the lens of a finance teacher who tried to tell me something, but I wasn't paying attention. And I don't think you were either. But in life, everything's connected. All right. So let's get it. All right, y'all. So if you're new to the channel, it's AlkhemieFitnezz, aka Tristan Fitness, back with another one. So today we're gonna keep it real, as we always do over here. Try to do science-based fitness, but hard work and be more efficient in how we do things. All right. So although I'm not a great math student, well, mathematics is everything. It's the basis of how we build civilizations. We're gonna talk about compound interest, not in your bank account, but how it relates to fitness and dealing with your body. All right. So the same principle that makes millionaires, it's the same math that applies to the body that you're proud of. Right. So, once you understand this concept, you'll look at working out totally different. You probably don't want to skip out on too many workouts after this. All right. So, all right, this is not a finance class, like I said before, but compound interest is basically when your return starts earning on their own. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if you put in $100, it earns 10%, right? Like the stock market, for example, right? Or a high yield savings account. We'll use that. But anyway, now you have $110, right? Now that same $110 earned 10%, it equates to $121, I think, right? And so on and so on. You get the drift, right? But it's not, the longer you let it run, the faster it grows, right? But the key word here, I think that everyone, especially when I teach my clients too, is that time. You have to be patient with yourself. So it's not the size of the deposit, is not the one massive amount. It's just time and consistency. We all know that Warren Buffett is one of the great investors, right? But he made a good chunk of his millions or wealth after the age of 50. It's not because he got some ancient wisdom after 50. It's just because he started early. He invested and let time, and he was consistent. And he let time takes its place, let time run its course, basically, right? So you're like, what does this have to do with fitness, right? I'm going to tell you, it has everything to do with it, actually. Every time you train, your body doesn't just respond to the workout, it responds to the patterns of the workouts, right? So there's a science that actually says that when you apply a training stimulus over a consistent period of time, your body goes through a process called supercompensation. It's where you stress the system, you recover, and you come back slightly stronger, more capable than before, right? So one workout doesn't transform you, obviously, but one workout plus another, each one is building an adaptation from the last. So that's compound interest in your physiology. Oh man, I'm like, I need some water. Right, your cardiovascular system, physiology. There we go. Right, so your cardio system gets more efficient. The muscle fiber recruits more, and you become more skillful too. You know what I'm saying? Your tendons get stronger. Your mitochondria starts to multiply. Your hormonal response to training actually improves over time. So it compounds, right? And that's what most people miss. It works in both directions, right? So even with your compound efforts forwards, inconsistency compounds backwards. Like I said, it's either you're progressing or regressing. Really, nothing is maintained. Even in quote unquote maintenance, it's always one of the other, slight increase or slight decrease. All right. So when you derail from training, when you stop moving, starts faster. And that decline really starts faster than most people think. What they say? If you miss one day, it's by accident. Second day is a habit, something like that, along those lines. And more people will lose out on their progress because they skip more than they actually do. All right. So, like I said here, it says that research shows measurable cardiovascular decline can begin within just 10 to 14 days of inactivity. And muscle loss varies by individual, but the neural adaptations, the skillfulness of how your body fires muscle, those even go even sooner. And it's true because when clients come to me, let's say we get them consistently going for a while, and then they stop. Let's say if it's 2 months, we have to retrain their body again to follow those movement patterns. And like I said, it's also a skill when you're doing compound lifts. There's skills, whether you're squatting, deadlifting, rowing, overhead pressing, benching. People will forget how to move their bodies. Yeah, we able to talk about muscle memory. Yeah, but when they take that, especially if you're new to the game, it's gonna be very hard to pick up where you left off. And I think Napoleon Hill talks about hypnotic rhythm. So you want to get into that rhythm too. That's why it's very important to be consistent. All right. So the longer you take out, and I notice so the longer you take out from working out, the longer and harder the comeback is. Right. So you ain't got to train every single day because I'm a big proponent of rest. I think rest is very crucial. But when you take too much, then it becomes a problem. All right. So keep that in mind. So with that being said, you know what I mean? How can I put it too? Because I've noticed something too. People go hard. Like let's say New Year's resolution. It's January, people going hard or break, whatever it could be. Whatever, if a doctor appointment, a doctor scare them, whatever the situation may be, right? Life will always happen. Something happens, dog died, whatever, then they stop. Then they miss a day, they trying to recover, and they go down a slippery slope. It's almost like a snowball effect. And that's like going down the hill, and that's compound interest too. You see what I'm saying? So they don't make the adjustment to keep going, right? Because we feel like when life throws us some type of curveball, I got to stop working out. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I tell people. I'm like, no, that's when you need to lock in even more and keep going to the gym. That shit's really saving your life and your sanity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to be like, well, I ain't working out. And to be honest with you, you're not invested in yourself. That's all it is. And I don't know why, out of all the things people stop doing when life starts throwing them curveballs or some trials and tribulation, mofos stop working out. And so it shows that they're not giving up on life, they're just giving up on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like how you put your money in the account. Imagine if you be like, yo, I don't feel like investing in stocks today, or I don't feel like saving. Imagine if you kept going, how much money you would have in an intelligent manner over time, of course. Right? So that's how people win. Like financially, that I've noticed, they set it and forget it. It's like on autopilot. Like I started doing stocks and stuff like that. I just set it and forget it because I'm not gonna have the time or to remember to 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 always do it on my own. Auto pay. That's how you gotta be sometimes. You know. For the same thing. All right. So what does small oh, I look glitch on my computer there. What does small deposits look like in fitness? It could be a 30-minute walk. You don't have time for a full workout. Even push-ups before you get in the shower. You wake up, bang out 10 push-ups or whatever. Right? Uh, choosing the bad salad, not because you're dieting, but you're investing. Choosing the salad, pardon. Choosing the salad or instead of going like some high processed food, going to McDonald's or something like that. Going to bed 30 minutes earlier or skipping out on that extra episode that you usually watch on Netflix. I'm guilty of that too sometimes. Right? None of them feel like a lot in the moment, but believe you me, over time, over 6 months, over a year, over 5, these things add up. And when you look back, you can be like, damn, I didn't even recognize my starting point. And that's not motivation, it's just the math. And one of the things too, I like to tell people, take pictures. Because you'll see yourself progressing or regressing over time, you know? So that's something to keep in mind too. So here's something I want trainers watching this to take note of, right? Because this changes how you coach your clients as well. Because I always tell people this first. I am a personal trainer first. I'm a coach first, right? So one of the biggest mistakes I see is that trainers who create programs that's unsustainable. They're too intense, too complicated, and they do too much too soon. And that's why the clients fall off. You know what I mean? I always believe that you got to meet them where they are, right? And then gradually elevate them as time goes on. And I'm a big component that less is more. You know what I'm saying? So remember, keep this in mind. You're not building a fitness program. You're actually trying to build savings habits. You're trying to build them sustainable habits, right? So the best program is not the advanced one. It's the one that your client will actually do consistently. You know what I mean? So once they get into the habit, because remember, we're helping them build a better lifestyle. So keep that in mind. All right. So I want to leave you guys with this. You know, the fitness industry is obsessed with short windows, 30-day challenge, 12-week transformations, summer cuts. And, you know, I think short goals do have its place. I'm not against any of that, but you got to keep things in a proper perspective as well. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to have life lasting changes, stop thinking about seasons and start thinking about years, right? Like I said, this is a lifestyle shift and change what you're doing, right? So ask yourself this, you know, what am I investing in my body today that a 60-year-old me will be grateful for, right? What your future self, and I tell clients this all the time, what your future self will thank you. At the end of the session, your future self will thank you. You know, you got to start looking at it like that as well. All right? Because at 60-year-old, you want to pick up your grandchildren. You won't want to be feeble. You know what I'm saying? You still want to be out here having a social life, etc. And 68 to me is not even that old, to be honest with you. You're more seasoned up there in life, you know what I mean? But that's the type of investments you want to have, because it's just not about you, it's about those who you're connected with as well. You definitely don't want to become a burden to anyone. You know what I mean? Ask those who are in a nursing home or in the hospital. Right? Like I said, I used to work there, so I know. All right. And the one thing about life is that, or compound interest, is never too late to start. I don't care if you're moving around in a nursing home today, although I just said that. Move around. Start pulling up as much interest as you can. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to take care of you. All right. So here's your homework. It's simple. Like I said, this is a class. This is finance meets fitness. Just identify one deposit that you can make today, not this week, not tomorrow, but today. Maybe be a walk, a workout, a meal prep, 8 hours sleep, just one simple deposit. And then tomorrow make another one. You know, and that's the formula. And that's Alchemy Fitness, where you should get transferred from lead to gold. All right. So I'd love to hear what you guys would say, have to say in the comments, or any challenge that you may have. Maybe inspire someone else too. And if you've done the work, tell us how you overcame it as well. I'd love to hear from you guys' story. And this resonates with someone, or resonates with you, or you think someone else that can benefit from this, share it with them as well. All right. If you're looking for a program to transfer your body from let to go in an efficient manner, and sustainable training program as well, and macronutrient coaching, hit the link in the description and reach out to me, and we'll see if we can work together. So it's Alchemy Fitness signing off. Train hard, train smart, train safe. Peace.